Sunday. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that it is December already. It is December already. And I'm like trying to get my mind right because holidays are right around the corner. And whew, it's a lot. It's a lot. So hubby and I already started putting up our Christmas deco because I said before that this is one of my favorite times of the year. But I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. I hope you got to spend time with family. I hope that you were able to keep a lot of traditions this year because I know some people like to congregate and make it a big festive thing, and some people like to just have a quiet time, do something small and intimate. But whatever your tradition is, I hope you enjoyed it and you had fun, doing it, even if it was just relaxing. I wish I would have got time to relax, but I can't sit still. So me relaxing didn't work out very well. So needless to say. But I'm glad that, I was able to have another holiday um with family and you know, do what I normally do. I did a lot of cooking this time. And the past I've been able to do probably like a couple dishes or something like that and then join in to you know the family with everybody brings something like that. But this year was me hosting and doing all the cooking, and my sister, she bought some little things for her family, so that was nice. So hey babe, yeah, so I see hubby just chimed in. So as I said, he's out there trying to do some deco outside. And yeah, because this is a big tradition for us. We get totally into it, totally into it. So yeah, it's a cold one here. I'm not sure about where you guys are, but we're up north and it is getting very cold. We got so spoiled with like the 70 degrees in November. I was like, I can really get used to this, but the back of my mind, I'm like, this is the quiet before the storm. Because normally, like when you get that seasonably warm weather, like up north, that something big is on the horizon, that it's not going to last forever. So when I hear stories about people like down south or where it's super warm and they're like, oh, it's so warm here, and I'm like, wow. It would definitely be nice. Definitely be nice. But yeah, that was my little spill about holidays and how my week has been going. I hope yours have been going great. So let's dive into our topic today. So just talking about the holidays, the topic for today is really kind of going to align with the holidays. This is the time of year where it's a lot of blending of families and things like that. Children get involved, so we're going to talk about the effects of blended families. Now, this topic is definitely relatable. Um, I have been a product of blended families, so I have a lot to talk about blended families. And when my sister gets here, she's going to be able to chime in as well. Because I always try to pick a topic that we can relate to, or we know of someone that is affected by it. So, yeah. So, let's talk about it. So, a blended family. What exactly is a blended family? So, it is a family unit where at least one parent has children from a previous relationship or marriage. So I'm not sure who all can relate to that, but blended families are real. They are super real, and children get affected by them a lot. Yeah, so a blended family is formed when partners with children from previous relationships come together to create a new family. So for me, being a product of like divorced families and having step parents, it can get very tricky and challenging. So we're gonna dive into that and talk about some of the challenges of it and some of the positive effects of it. Because partners could could be divorced, they could be separated, they could be widowed, or they might have even chosen to be a single parent for other reasons, and it happens. Hey Kim, hey Coach Sherry, thank you for coming. Thanks for coming in. Yeah. So this has always been a topic that I was wanting to dive in and talk about, because this is like real. It's like real life, right? So it said blended families can be known as like step families and can come in many ways, including married parents. So when two people with children from a previous relationship get married, okay, adoptive parents. So when a couple adopts children, right? Excuse me, guys. Sip my tea. I said cohabitating parents. When two people with children from previous relationships live together. That happens a lot. It definitely happens a lot. Cohabiting parents. So I said you have married partners. The parents of blended family may be married often after divorce or death of a previous spouse. You have, like I said, the cohabiting partners. Not just parents, but partners, right? Hi. Woo. Thanks for coming in, everybody. They said some um, modern blended families may not ever be married, and that happens a lot. May not be married, but they are parents, and adoption is big with families. Hey! Look at this. She's here. She is here. Yeah. So I already started talking about our topic of, blended families, and how we've been directly affected by blended families, and have a lot to say about blended families. Yeah. Yes.
Hey everybody.
Yeah, hey, Janae Goddess Life is in the building. She's in the building. Yes. But yeah, so I was just kind of starting off about what a blended family is and the different types of blended family.
Okay.
Right? So, although I've talked to Kim, say hi, Nan.
Hi, Kim.
Yes. So, different types of blended families, and blended families could come with its pros and its cons, and it's good things and it's bad things.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So, what I found interesting is that they said blended families can have a range of effects on children.
Of course, naturally.
Yeah, and I can agree, because being young and having parents that remarried and stuff like that, it definitely has an effect.
Right.
And we're gonna go into some of those effects, right? So they said that they can have challenges like adjustment to difficulties, feelings of insecurity, divided loyalties between biological and step parents, complex family dynamics, and struggles with differing parenting styles. Yes, that part. Right. That part.
But when I think of blended families, you know how just like I remember when we was younger, and one of the things, like, say, like, if you felt like somebody was treating you bad, what's the first thing you say? Man, you treat me like a stepchild.
Treat me like a stepchild. Like a stepchild.
Everyone used to say that.
We used to always say that. Yes. like that's real talk. That's real talk, right? They say, like, it expands family support in diverse perspectives. However, open communication and conscious effort from all family members can help navigate through these challenges. So, seeing some of the potential negative effects of blended families when it's come with children involved. So emotional challenges. Yeah. Emotional challenges, right? They say children may experience sadness, anger, jealousy, or anxiety due to the disruption of their previous family structure and the need to adjust to new family members and dynamic.
I know for my girls, like they felt like at least Tara, almost like she was betraying her father.
Betraying her father
by liking.
Yes, yes. When I say that is so real, like you're afraid that okay, if I get close to the new person, that my biological parent or something is gonna be upset, and that really can like play on kids' head. And it don't necessarily have to be kids. Like you could be an adult, right? And your parent get into a new relationship. Now all of a sudden you got this new step parent, and you feel that divide is like, oh man, like okay, I don't want my parent to get upset because I'm actually getting close to this parent. When I say like it happens, it's that's real. That's real. Yeah, they said loyalty conflicts, like I just said. Like children might feel caught between biological parents and step parents, struggling with the divided loyalties and the pressure to choose sides. Like you literally just said that. Yeah, like I'm a stepmom now, right? Then it has so many meanings. It does have so many meanings, absolutely. Like I'm a step parent mom, step parent now, and I've been a step parent in the past. I can think back to times when it was rewarding, but it came with the challenges. It definitely came with the challenges because being a stepmom, like I had the children, struggling with that loyalty thing. Like, okay, well, I really like you and I really value you as a bonus mom, but my mom is going to get upset, because I'm close to you, whatever, right. So it definitely gets tricky and challenging when it comes to blended families. They said that competition and sibling rivalry happens when it comes to children. Like step siblings might compete for parents' attention, leading to jealousy and conflict. Yes,
you can hear like the child being like, well, that's my dad.
Yep.
I'm here. It's my mom.
Yes. Identity confusion. Children may feel unsure about their place in the new family and struggle with their identity as a stepchild.
So I've seen that too. Like say where there's a child from the previous relationship.
Yes.
And then, mom remarries and then has more children.
Yes.
And so it's like, so then the child from the previous relationship be feeling like an outsider.
Yes.
Because it's like, what I mean? Like she's looking at their younger siblings and seeing like, okay, like they have their father.
Yes.
And it's like, it is tough.
It is definitely tough. Parenting style clashes.
Yeah, you see that a lot.
You see that a whole lot.
Man.
Yes.
I go through that right now because, because it's like, I raise my children the way that I do.
Right.
And so,
right.
Yeah, I really don't be caring to hear what anybody else say about that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's big though. Parenting style clashes. They said different parenting approaches between biological parents and step parents can create confusion and inconsistency for children.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's really tough. When you have people and it's like, like their values are different or their perspectives are different. One person believes in beating. The other person doesn't. One person likes to yell. Another person doesn't yell at my child.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. I can think back to us being younger and, mom, getting remarried and having a stepdad that believed in broke up not that belt.
Yeah.
And, biological dad, getting upset about it. Like, like that's my kids, and you don't put your hands on my kids. Exactly. Okay. Yes. That gets tricky. That gets tricky, and it's like, okay, as the parent, like, what do you do, like, when you have a partner and they are trying to discipline your child? So we're gonna go into that because it's different ways. It's very tough. Like, this is a very touchy subject.
Yeah, and it depends sometimes. Sometimes with the other parent, they look at it like, okay, well, like, they need the help or something. So yes. It's like you kind of want to let the person, you want to trust them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. But yes.
That's tough. That's one of them things. That's one of them things. Like, do I really want you putting your hand on my child?
Because people got different ways.
Different ways of disciplining.
Yeah.
Woo. Yes.
Yeah, and it's like you never really know if you raise children correctly until they become adults.
Exactly. Oh man.
And then if you screwed them up or not.
Yes. They said another way that child negative effect can difficulties with visitation, like complex visitation, like especially when it comes to young kids. Yeah. The visitation gets in the way of it, right? Like the visitation arrangements with the non-custodial biological parent can cause stress and confusion for children. Right. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with that. Like, so one parent's supposed to have the kid at a certain time, and then that's when the holidays get involved. I mean, that's why I wanted to talk about this subject, because like holidays are coming up, and a lot of kids get affected over the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's tough. And see, and like me being mom, they're with me.
Yeah,
I just can't hear anything else.
Right. Yes, yes.
So selfish.
Yes.
And I tell my children, and I let them know that, they make me feel complete and everything. And so it's like they want to be with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't even.
Yeah. Yes. God, yeah, you said Christy Warren walking down, she said blended family has so many meanings. Yes, it definitely does. Hi, see for yourself. Thank you. That's a new name. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. So they said, but what children have the hardest adjustment to blended families? And they said adolescents between age 10 and 14.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah. Yes, because that's like the between, in between. I think it's easier when the kids are younger, but when you get that in between age, you already got things established. It's like, okay, who's this new person?
Right. They don't want to hear.
They don't want to hear nothing. They said that's the hardest adjustment time. Yes, it's the hardest adjustment time. They said that this age group will have the most difficult time adjusting to a blended family, especially if they have to compete for attention with younger children.
I can see that.
Yes. Even if they don't outwardly express it, kids aged 10 to 14 generally need just as much support and attention as children under 10.
Wow.
That's when they really struggle. Especially with that. I can see that, say, you have a teenager, or, like you said, they said 10, 11, 12. You have a child, and then your mom, you get remarried, or you have a dad that's got remarried, and you're used to being the only child of this parent, and then you get new siblings with the new partner. Okay, like you said, you can feel the outside, okay, so now like you said, my dad that's got a whole nother child with the new person. And I've always been the only child, or me and my other siblings always been the oldest. So now I got to share.
Yeah, and then all the hormones and things and stuff that come along with the new baby.
Yes, with a new baby.
Too,
yes,
and stuff, and so
yes.
So it's like you have to work even harder to make that child, not feel like an outcast.
Yes. So I could definitely see that being tough, especially for that adolescent age.
Yeah.
So they said it's different types, of relationship. Okay, I know they were saying the different dynamics of blended families, but they said you can have a partner relationship, right?
Yeah.
Where you and your partner are the foundation of the blended family. Facts.
Right.
Facts. You should be the foundation of it. by deciding to merge your lives together, you bring children together as well. Okay, so that when I think of partner relationship, I think of girlfriend and boyfriend or something like that. Like y'all have not gotten married, but y'all both have like children from previous relationships, and y'all decided to merge your families together. And that right there within itself can be super difficult because like the outside parent can be like, okay, well, this just your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Like, I don't want my kid like getting all close and adjusted to you because you don't even like y'all not having to solidify your relationship. So why should my child like respect you or like really be involved in your family dynamic? That happens a lot. Like when with partner relationships. Yeah, they said, they said because both of you may have kids already, and one of you might be new to parenting. It happens. Especially it could be like you say, a mom that has a child, and she gets into a relationship with the guy. He has no children. He's the new parent in the situation.
Right.
Okay.
And so it's like sometimes there's certain things you only understand if you have
children
already.
If you have children, right. Or it could be vice versa. Like, the mom might not have kids, but the dad has children. Okay, and then you falling into like a step parent mode, but you're not married, and so it becomes that tricky thing where okay, how much do I do? How much do I give? Into how much do I pour into this child? When me and the partner are still like just figuring it out. We haven't even like got married or got engaged or something like that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was in a situation where, I say, I have 3 and then my partner, had children. And our children got along really well. And, it's like, we just kind of treated them all the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was just like, all right, it's like, it's me and you. And with, these children.
All these children.
Here, you know what I'm saying?
Right, so, right. Yes.
Yeah, it was really easy to, to kind of blend that in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
because they was all like, around the same ages and stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I feel like it's easier in a situation like that. But yeah, when it's like, when somebody doesn't have a child and then they're coming in and then it's like they just, like, and unless the two of them make it another baby. You know what I'm saying? Then it seems like that would kind of tie things all together. In a sense. It just depends. It's just so many variables.
It's so many variables. Like you said, like they probably came in without a kid and you have a kid and the person with the child is like, okay, how are you going to relate to my child? Like how do you fit in with the dynamic? And then sometimes when the new person coming in that doesn't have children, and then they might feel like they're slacking or it might be a lack because having a kid that you're gonna have to share that time.
Right. And so it's like sometimes it'd be like that whole who comes first?
Who comes first?
Who comes first? Thing. Yeah, because the partner they want to feel like they
exactly.
Then the person is like, no, my children
come first. Like you literally get
just
people,
so you understand.
Just so you understand. Like you literally get people that be like, no, my kids come before anything. That my kids come before anything. Like I know, like a few years back, it was a situation where somebody that I knew, they don't have any children, but their partner, somebody they were dating, had kids. So something happened with one of the partner's kids, and they kind of like got upset with the young lady that didn't have kids, and because I guess it was a situation where they were supposed to do something as a unit, right? Do something together, and the guy had to cancel because something happened with one of his children. So it became like a clash because although the single woman didn't have children and she understood, but I guess it was one of those, okay, every time something happens with the child, it's like everything shuts down. Everything shuts down. The guy is like, my kid coming first. Whatever we got going on stops, right? And the woman is trying to explain, like, well, I understand, but sometimes, like, situations happen that could have been avoided with the child, and that's what they have like a mom for. Like, you don't need to like stop and drop everything all the time. That's what they have a mom for. Okay. So they literally got into like a clash behind it because he's like, well, that's my kid. My kid come first. No, I don't care what the situation is. You got a problem with my kid, this and the other. So it was like really him not hearing anything, because it's like, this is my kid. I don't care if my kid doesn't live with me, if my kid has a mom, if my child's mom called me and said something about my kid, whatever I got going on, everything shuts down. So like them situations can happen. Happen a lot, and that's just like an example.
Yeah, and I get it. I honestly, like, I think if I don't know if I would want to be like, say like if I was a single woman. Yes. I don't know if I want to be a stepmother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Have to like come in and deal with, because it's like just dealing with that person, and then like their children too, and all those different personalities. And, I mean, depending on the age, like a stepmother, just somebody with young children. Yeah, I mean, I just see, like I said, I'm a witness to it, you know what I'm saying, just from experience and everything. And so, like, just my preference. And I hear people say that all the time, though, too, you know what I mean? But, they fall into stuff anyway.
Yes, exactly.
A lot of times,
exactly.
You know what I mean? And we've already, in previous videos and stuff, went over all the different reasons that people get involved in relationships and stay in relationships and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But you'll hear people say, oh, I don't want to, date somebody with children,
yes,
be with somebody with children, for whatever various reasons, and then they do it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like in this day and age, it's really hard to find someone that doesn't already have children. Yeah. It's just, are you willing to like blend or step into that role?
Yeah, and if you do, it's like you have to understand.
You have to understand.
You have to understand. Yeah, and try to fit in, and because it's like, because you're stepping into that situation. You're stepping into that's already established. Like, you can't come in and like make it like it's your own.
Exactly.
Yes, it's already something that's like that train is already on the move.
Already on the move. It's like you got to kind of like fall in.
Yeah, try to compliment
the situation. Yep. Yeah, it's that's like one of those things that you kind of like tread lightly. And so we're gonna get into like different like techniques.
Yeah,
when it comes to.
Well, because I'm saying, like, because even as I said that, and I was just thinking about it, like, yes, I probably would. It just depends. What? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, like I said, if I was single, be like single and didn't have any children, and and meeting like a guy who had children or something, say something happened to the mother, or something like that. You know what I mean? And the children are like wonderful. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. It's like it'd be easy to like, just kind of,
I think that makes it different.
It all just depends. Like, so many variables. So many variables.
Like, yeah, I can definitely see that. It's like, okay.
It's like if I can compliment the situation. Right,
compliment it. Like, fall into stepmom. I don't have any children. These kids need a mom. But then you had that situation where, suppose there is a mom.
Yeah.
Okay. And the mom ain't feeling it.
Yeah, nobody trying to do no baby mama drama.
Right. It's baby mama drama is super real.
Yeah.
It's super real. Yes. Like I've been like a victim of baby mama drama. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just the moms not feeling me getting close to their kid.
Yeah, don't want the children.
They do not. Yes. Yeah. Like got totally upset and offended with me. Like totally I was like,
yeah, some people be like just bitter and toxic.
Yes, very
like they unhappy. Yes, and like no, he's not about to be moving on and being happy while I'm over here dealing with this.
Okay. Like literally. Like I like my thought process is like different. I'm like, okay, being a mom, like being married before having children, like this is my whole philosophy. If my ex move on with the partner, and my partner is willing to embrace my children that I had with this partner before, and they're treating my children right, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Right. But a lot of moms or dads don't look at it that way. Like when I said literally had I had a mom that was like jealous of the fact that I was close to her child. Like jealous to the point like that's my child. You know, this, that, other. I was like, I'm not trying to play mom. I'm not trying to replace you as their mom. You know, I'm stepping in as stepmom or like a bonus mom. But you know, why are you getting upset? Like, I genuinely care about your child. Right. You know, like my own child. Yeah. And you're upset because I'm close to this child. You know, and that when I said that whole like rivalry thing like got like real. Like this mom was like so totally upset. Totally upset at the fact that I was close to her child. And of course that ended up putting a wedge. I ended up putting a wedge because then the child got in the middle of it like, okay, now who do I side with? Do I side with the woman that's married to my dad, you know, because I've established such a great relationship with her, or do I side with her mom, which I know is wrong and totally out of pocket, seeing things in the wrong light, you know, but like, do I go against my mom and how my mom feel? So,
because it's like you want to support your parents,
right. But I was like, your mom is like out of control. She's out of pocket. Like, why? Dead wrong about it. You know, it's like nobody's trying to replace her. It's, you know, our relationship is our relationship, but your relationship with your mom is your relationship with your mom. You know, but the mom just didn't see it that way, right? So, you know, of course, that ends up, you know, putting a wedge between me and the child because it's like, all right, well, at the end of the day, I'm gonna side my mom whether she's right or wrong. Okay, so you know, it is what it is, and it definitely happens, especially with like adult relationships because you know, adult relationships like they are grown. They are grown. You know what I mean? They're grown. So it's like, all right, I'm not trying to be getting to know no new people, you know. So yeah. Yeah. That gets real crazy.
Yeah. It's like a lot of patience, a lot of understanding.
Yes, a lot of patience and understanding. Yes.
Yeah, knowing when to like back off.
Yes. I had to be like, I'm not trying to replace anybody. You know, I was like, that was wild to me. Like, I have no problem with my ex and his new wife. You know, as long as you treat my kids right, I don't care. Right. You know, I'm like, but if you ain't treat my kids right, then that's the whole problem. You know what I mean? Yeah. But as long as you love my kids like way I love them, then listen, we ain't got no problem. We ain't got no problem. Yeah. Yep. So they were saying like, so it's like different challenges that come with blended families, like the adjustment period. Yeah. Like family members, especially children, may need time to adjust to the new living arrangements. The roles, the relationship, and the household rules. Yeah. Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because you know it's like, you know, even like just normal, just adult, adult and child relationship. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like a teacher at school or something. Yes. Like, it's like just that certain level of respect. Yes. You know what I mean? Yes. It gets hard when, you know, when it's like, you know, if you're not like welcoming. You know what I mean? Like that person, you already don't want them in your house. I already don't want them in your house. And now they telling you to wash the dishes. You talking to
yes. Exactly. Like, wait a minute. Like, especially like when you say like one of the mom or the dad had the house already, and before you come into the picture, you know, you used to doing things a certain way, and you come in all of a sudden this new person trying to tell you, well, no, don't do that. What to do? It's like, wait a minute, what? First of all, this is my mom's house. So this is my dad's house. You know what I mean? It's like that stuff.
Yeah, and they start, you ain't my dad.
You ain't my dad. You ain't my mom. Child. Yeah. Yep. They like household rules. They said while adults also take some time adjusting, children particularly may have a strong focus on how things used to be.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
It is.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. It's like it take a lot of maturity too, and you know, laying down the ground rules and stuff, and you know, I mean, I guess it's like, you know, you have to like really talk with the children and let them know, like, all right, you know, this is a situation. You know, this person, they're going to be, you know, throwing out some discipline and stuff. You know, I mean, you have to respect that. You know, what I mean, this is who I'm with now. You know, just all of that. You know, I trust them. I need you to trust them too. Yeah, just like a lot of conversations. I think therapy will help with all of it. Yeah, I think, you know what I mean? It just seemed like therapy needs to, like, you know, kind of come in, or, you know what I mean? You know, just Yeah, I think it takes a lot, even like family meetings and all of that.
Yes.
So I wonder, do it talk about like when things still don't be working out? Because I've seen, relationships like that where it just create a lot of separation.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Where, then it's like the couple over here, but then, the children are just like, all right, I don't want to be, there. I don't want to be around them. This is what he chose. That's what she chose. So now it's time for me to go. Mm-hmm.
I see that happen in a lot of like older children. Yeah, like I said, like I've been in so many different scenarios, dealing with young step parents to younger children, being like a bonus mom to older children. Like I said, like that for me, I had to like really fall back and step back, right? Because I know me, like I embrace my partner's children, and it's like, okay, I'll treat you like my own, but if you're not open and receptive to it, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Like I've personally been like in that situation where the older children was not feeling being getting to know me, period. Getting to know me, period. It was just like, like I'm here for my dad. It ain't about you. Like, don't try to talk to me. Like and I had to like really take my mind out of this and my body like out of the present and say, you know what? I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna let them be about the dad. If they want to build a relationship with me, they will. I'm not gonna try to force it. Yeah. They're gonna always feel welcome in my home. I'm not gonna treat them any different, but I'm not gonna force a relationship. Right. I'm not gonna force a relationship because they are adults and they know what they want out of the situation. A lot of them, like like feel conflicted. Like I don't want my mom to be upset. Because I am building something with my dad's wife or something like that. So for me, like I had to really like step back and like take my feelings out of it because I was get totally offended. Like I've done nothing to you. Like why? Like you act like you don't want to like speak to me or you don't want to be around me or you're not trying to get to know me. And once I took like my feelings out of it and said, you know what, they're adults. They are allowed to make their own decisions on whether or not they want to be bothered or be involved. And at the end of the day, I'm just a new person in a situation. For them, it's all about their day. Yeah. So once I took that mentality and like just said, okay, I'm going back off. It's gonna be what's gonna be. If they want to get to know me, a bit of relationship with me, they will let me know that. I'm gonna always be open to it.
Right, because it's like they don't have to like.
They don't have to like me. Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna be open to it. Be open to it, but I'm gonna let it be on their terms. Right. Yeah. So, and I think once I like just let go and let God take the situation, it really like ends up evolving and just like blossoming too, where it's like, okay, they had to get to know me for themselves, see that I'm riding with them, I'm not against them, as I understand that, you're my husband was with your mom previously, so I'm not trying to like replace your mom. Right. Okay. Like I feel like I could. Like, I don't even want that. I don't even want that role. Like like I'm just a bonus mom. I'm here if you need me. You always welcome.
Yeah. It's like I mean I feel that. It's like we don't even have to be.
We don't have right.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. As long as we're not disrespecting each other.
It's just that's right. That's right. That's right. Yep. So we talked about some of the challenges, and they said like complex dynamics, like balancing relationships between biological parents, step parents, co-parents, biological siblings, and step siblings and half siblings. Right. Like can be complicated. Yes. Like we were just talking about that. Like you got the steps, the like the biological, then that's just not, mom or dad have more kids with somebody else, and you try to figure out where you fit in.
Just popped into my head. So like how lions. So with lions, okay. Like if like with a lion pride.
Okay.
Like say like if a new male lion comes in, okay, and he kills like the father, he will then kill all of the babies. What? He will then kill all of the cubs. What? Yeah. Yeah, he would then kill all the and then and eventually the female will eventually end up sleeping with him just because of like hormones and stuff like that and making new babies. Yeah.
What?
And and if you like I kind of how, and you've seen that, what I mean, too, like, with relationships, say like, like the mom, it seems like every time she, so when you see like, mothers that are like neglecting and abandoning, like their children and stuff, is like, as soon as they get into a new relationship, then it's like, all right, now those children are kind of over there, and it's like just to focus on like the child that she has with the new partner. Wow. And a lot of times, wow, the mom will kind of, neglect the other children.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
Whew. So they said that insecurity is a challenge with blended families. I can see that. They said children may feel insecure about their place in the family. They may feel like the parent doesn't care about them anymore and compete with their other siblings.
Yeah.
Like they compete with the step parents as well for the parents' attention.
Yeah, because it's like I say, just from talking with people and just the things that you see and stuff, what I mean, it's like folks, they really don't be wanting to give that time and attention to someone else's child.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Which is like really sad and unfortunate, because it's like you shouldn't even come into that situation if that's the case.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, when I've heard people say, certain stuff like that, and it'd be like, yo, like, we're not in the wild, we're not lions
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I know. I mean, that I say that's real. That's real. Sometimes, like you said, like you could come into a situation, there's already kids involved, be like, okay, listen, I don't want no parts of it. But like you said, but don't get yourself into that situation.
Yeah, I just see it mostly like with men. Yes. Like that go into, a situation with a woman that already has children. Yes. And then like, wanting, a child with her or having children with her. And then, or even like, so because that just made me think about like, the previous fathers. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Though too. And the way that they try to back off, like, okay, well, she got a new man. Yeah. You still have to take care of your child. You know what I'm saying? But they do be looking at like, okay, well, now this new guy will now take care of all of them. Kind of
yes. Yeah. So that's like a catch-22. Like either the absent parent or the parent on the outside is going to try to be like holding it back. You don't be around my child, gotta be doing too much. Or either they're going to back off and be like, okay, the new person, they do nothing. Right. Right. How often you see that? A lot. A lot. Be like, all right, okay, well, Yes, that's wild to me. That's wild to me. And they said just what another challenge is like different parenting styles. Like parents, step parents, and co-parents may have different parenting styles or household rules. Right. Okay. Let's talk about having a stepdad that he believed in pulling out the belt. Okay. It said which can create confusion for the kids. Most definitely. Yeah. I remember my dad threatening that man. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. Child. But I definitely remember my father being very threatening. Like, touch my child if you want to. You know what I'm saying? And watch how quickly I'll be in Virginia. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, especially when you got like dads that's like totally like involved with their kids, and then you got this new man trying to come in and put their hands on your kids. Yeah. What? I remember like that was one of the first things that he had said to me. I'm talking about, stepdad, when I was a little girl, and I remember like asking like where's my dad? You know what I mean? Just like, and him saying, I'm your daddy now. And it was just like, oh my God. And just breaking out into tears. I mean, it was just like such a traumatic moment. Yes. And like, one of them imprints in history and the timeline. Yeah. And I just remember being devastated. Like, I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be careful what you're saying to children. But when he's like, oh, I'm your daddy now. And it was just like, what the? You know what I just everything in my whole world just was like, just crashing. Yeah. It was just like weird and uncomfortable and confusing. And yeah, it was devastating. Yeah. Huh? Oh, good. Child. Yeah, that's wild. Like, this is real.
Yeah.
This is real. Like, and then they said divided loyalties. Like, we were just talking about that. Like, children may feel caught in the middle, struggling with divided loyalties between their biological parents and their step parents.
Yeah.
Like, I just talked about the loyalty. Like, I've had a stepchild actually had to choose between me and their mom because their mom felt the way about me having a relationship with them,
which is so crazy.
It was crazy to me.
Yeah,
crazy to me. I'm like,
but I get it though a little bit. Because I'm gonna say so. Because when the girl's dad, had remarried, and when I found out, like I heard them, like talking on the phone with him, and they, talking to her, and it's like, oh hey mom. I remember being like, what the hell? Like, excuse me, you know what I mean? But they always treated anybody I was dating like. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just portray their father. Yeah. It was always like they are going to portray their dad. So it would take them time to, like, open up and accept somebody. But they call her mom. But then I hear them calling her mom. I was like, what in the world? I just had to be like, all right. I was like, let me get it together. I was like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's like, they have the right to. Yes. You know what I'm saying? To build relationships with people. Yes, and stuff. Yes. So I didn't want to, let them know that I was feeling away. Yeah. Which was very mature. I tried to hide it. It was very mature. I don't know if I did a good job. You did a good job. You know what I'm saying? I tried to be like, it's okay. You know what I mean? And yeah, and go ahead and allow that. But I did have that question. It was like, all right, like, why y'all so open to his partner? You know what I'm saying? But like not open to mine. Not open to mine. Yeah. That's very, very interesting. Cause some moms, like, when they hear that, they be like spazzing. Yeah. Like, oh no. Like I said, my situation, I wasn't even called mom. But I was treated respectful. Like, we had a good relationship. But the mom was not having it. Not having it. Period. Like, to the point, like we had words over that. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. I was like, why are you sending me all these crazy messages? Because you upset that me and your child is close. Yeah, and see, and that was the thing. Like, I knew that they wasn't like close to her. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They had only met her like, a few times. Really? Stuff, you know what I mean? Wow. But I figured that she might have, when she met them, like, oh, I heard so much about you. You know what I mean? They was like, oh, miss, and she was like, oh no, call me mom. Or something. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't know. I'm just assuming, okay, that, you know what I mean, say if it was a situation like that or something, you know what I mean? I was like, look, if she's nice and, and they're trusting, and I trust their judgment. Okay. And stuff. And so, right. Yeah, I was like, it's all good. I'm like, look, and when you want them little couple dollars, yep, call her your cash app. Call your but yeah, it's like, I just knew I had to be cool. Yeah. Handle it very maturely. At the end of the day, you want somebody that's going to love on your kids the same way you would. Okay, because it could be the other way around. Right. Like, your kids could be like, she don't like me, she be nasty. Then they'd be like, this is a whole nother situation. You know what I'm saying? And exactly. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then we had to have a talk. Right. This is a whole other situation. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so they said, like, okay, challenges could be ex-partner interactions. Just talk about that. Yeah. Communication and cooperation with ex-partners is crucial in co-parenting arrangements. Yeah, man. But not always easy. Right. Definitely not. Yeah. Definitely not. The interactions with exes can be sources of tension and conflict. That part. Yeah. That part. Yeah. And I know, like, for me, like, like when the girls was little, it was like, I wanted to know, like, if he was, like, getting them, and, you know what I mean? And it's like, say, if he picking them up or something, and I see another person, it's like, wait, who is that? Who is that? You know what I'm saying? Who do you have around anybody around my kids? That's right. Yeah. That's you know what I mean? So I definitely was like, yeah, it's like the curiosity. Oh, yeah, the hairs on the back of your neck is always standing up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Child. But I could say, fortunately, I didn't have any problems, like with him with no, like this situation with anybody that I like couldn't stand or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, like they was cool.
They was cool. Okay.
They was cool. And so I didn't mind. I used to be figuring like maybe I can get her on my side. Like maybe I can talk with her, work with her, get her, maybe she can help. Right. You know what I'm saying? With getting him to be a better parent. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. Since she's coming in to compliment the situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I tried to look at it that way. Yeah. Yeah, tried to look at, how it could be a benefit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that comes with maturity. Yeah. It definitely comes with maturity. Like the outsider needs to be open and receptive to it, and the parent they need to be able to like join forces and come to like a happy median. As it comes to the kids and stuff, but sometimes the other person might not be receptive. It'd be like, don't talk to me. It ain't about you. Yeah. Don't want no parts of it. Right. Because it's like, you trying to build a village, like, hey, the more the merrier. Right. And then they got this nasty attitude. And you like, I don't want no parts of it. Child, that stuff be crazy, girl. I've seen that too, where like a new person come in and try to like take over like the whole family, like these my children now, that kind of thing. Like what? Like no, like they're my children. You know what I mean? I've seen that. Child, yes, yes. Crazy stuff that goes on. Crazy stuff that goes. Man, people are crazy. Child. Child, it be wild when you be trying to blend families together. Yes. Oh, it get wild. Yeah. And they said like another challenge is like financial considerations. Like blended families may face financial challenges related to like child support. Right. Right. Then it's like who's responsible? Alimony and cost maintaining larger household. So excuse me, guys. So I can think back to years back being with a partner that used to be married, had a child as a result of this marriage. They separated, in the process of divorce and everything. And because at the time of separation, the mom like wasn't working. So it was like, so my partner had to like not only pay like child support, but pay like alimony to this woman at the same time. So it was always the excuse where, well, I don't have money to do this or do that because I'm paying child support. I'm paying my spouse for this. Like I'm taking my husband. Oh Lord Jesus. Yeah. Oh Lord Jesus. Like when I say that, definitely like messes with you because it's like this ex person is like ruining our lives, our relationship. Because they still in your pocket. Y'all not even together. And she was probably happily doing it. Happily doing it. And it's like oh look and don't and look, see you out somewhere and be mad like oh you got enough money to be out at dinner. I ain't getting enough. That part. Like, child. Enough money to still be taking care of yourself. But I say she wanted him to have nothing. Like if she thought he was doing anything, abort something, like she was going back down to court, like, oh, I need an increase. Every time she go down court because she needed an increase. Yeah. I'm like, girl, Lord. I was like, when I said that was crazy, crazy. That's because she didn't want him to have anything. Yeah. She didn't want him to have anything. She wanted to bleed him dry for everything that he had. Like, asking for more child support, asking for this. Yeah. I need more spousal support. It was crazy. Yeah. Like when I say like women be getting like vindictive like that, they get vindictive. Yes. Vindictive. I was like, oh my God, that was so crazy. Yeah. So that child support and that alimony stuff is real talk. Real talk. Woo. Yes. Yeah. That's why I said when you blended families, like you gotta take a lot of stuff into consideration. What is your situation? Okay. But listen, it could also have benefits. Yeah. Yes, okay. We talked about some of the ugly stuff about it. Let's talk about some of the good things that can be good about blended families. Okay, so you could build stronger bonds. Yeah. Like I said, building that village. Like, look, the more the merrier. The more the merrier. They said like blended families can offer more opportunities to connect and create strong bonds. Yeah. With more family members around, there's often more love and happiness. Right. Okay. Yeah. Listen, I don't like being a stepmom, especially of young kids. Like when I say I love, like that little girl, like you could not tell that little girl was not mine. Right. Okay.
Like, I used to look forward to her coming over on the weekends. Look forward to like her spending summers with me and my kids and our kids that me and her dad had together. Like, I look forward to that. And it was just like, like she would go to like her little summer job in the summer. Like, I would get up, do all the parenting things, get up, make sure she ate something, go take her to the bus stop so she can get to her job and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, call me when you get there. And then when she get done, like, all right, call me so I can come pick you up. Like it was like that serious for me. Like, that serious for me.
Yeah, really showing her support.
Right, really. Like, it was like, I was like, that was my bonus child. Like literally.
Yeah.
They said that diverse perspectives, like children in blended families, are exposed to diverse backgrounds, traditions, values, and perspectives that broadens their horizon. Yeah. And like, I had my traditions.
Yeah.
And like, I constantly, like, she was a part of our Christmas traditions, our Thanksgiving traditions. Like I said, it was like having another child, a bonus child. So she was always included, and she got to see a different dynamic of what family life could be like, because her family life was a little different, but when she came around me, like, she got to see something totally different,
Yeah.
So that was a good, expansive, right. It said it helps build social skills. Like, children in blended families learn how to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts, and adapt to changing family dynamics.
Word up.
Yeah.
It definitely teaches you a lot. You can learn a lot.
Yes. And it brought like her and my children like really close together. Like, they would call each other sisters and brother and stuff like that. Like, they adapted to, like, okay, I got extended family. I got a bonus sister or a bonus brother. And it was just so joyful just to see how they interact and how they like really like clicked, and they had this dynamic that, okay, we're all family, so that was definitely brought joy. Brought joy. Yes.
I love that. Like, like I have, a couple of bonus children, and it's like from a previous relationship. We're not even together anymore. Like, our children still vibe.
Yes.
I mean, it's like I still, like every year I get Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Wonderful.
Yes. Love that. Love that. And they said that extended support system, right?
Exactly.
Yes. That's what I was saying. Like, it takes a village. It takes a village to really like, make that dynamic really, really work, gel, and mesh. Like I said, like treating my stepdaughter like my own child, like not calling her stepchild, but my daughter.
Yeah.
Being supportive, and for whenever she needed, she can call me for anything. Never had to worry about things. But they said, like, blended families often bring parents and children together, creating wider circle of care and support.
Yes.
Like, for example, a single parent raising children on their own may benefit from having a partner to share childcare and household responsibilities.
Yep. Like, they being willing. It's just knowing, like, them knowing when they coming in the door, you know what I mean, having those conversations. And stuff.
Yes. And financial stability could be a benefit of blended families. Like, blended families with two incomes may find themselves in a stronger financial position than single parents. Yep. So they agree, like, have that double income, make things well adjusted, and make things run smoothly. Okay, so now let's get.
Helpful.
It's very helpful. It's very helpful. As opposed to like being a single parent trying to do it, figure it out.
Yeah, because I remember being a single parent and just even like wanting to just bring in like another sister. You know what I'm saying? It didn't even have to be like a relationship, like on like a relationship level. You know what I mean, like with a partner, but just partnering with another family. You know what I mean, so that we can, some things do more together, because then that way, like I said, it's two incomes to, take care of a house and stuff. And, you know what I mean? It's like, look, we can put bunk beds in here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Put the girls in one room, boys in another.
Yes.
Kind of thing, like that, like, like community type situation.
Okay. All right. So we've talked about like blended families and like the benefits and challenges of it. But they said, how soon is too soon to blend families, though? How soon is too soon to blend families?
I want to hear what the experts got to say.
So, it said, introducing your children to your new partner, including your partner in rituals you and your children do together. Let them spend time together without you.
Okay.
As a parent, each of these steps can be tricky and nerve-wracking. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
But I feel that like, I know, like, when the girls was little, and like when I met Obasi's dad, he was like just super, super helpful.
Super helpful. Okay.
And just wanted to, like, participate in everything and do things for me and bring groceries.
Because he didn't have children.
He didn't have any.
Right.
Yeah. And it was like he saw that I had 2 small children, and he was letting me know right away, like, look, like, I got you.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And even like when I went back to college, and he was immediately like, oh, I'll babysit. You know what I'm saying? Stuff. So he was babysitting them for me while I was in school. Yeah. And I remember every day it used to be like, oh my God, like, or like want to call and check in, like, or like, what's going on? Stuff. Right. Yeah. Yeah. But that was like a good way, for him to get to know them and them to get to know them.
Without you being there.
Without me being there. Yes.
He
was like, I'll babysit.
Yeah. Yes. They said when it feels like you're ready to take things to the next step with your partner, you may wonder how soon is too soon. So whether you're moving in together or getting married, it can be hard to pinpoint the right time to do it. Yeah. It's like, when is it ever the right time?
When is it? Yeah.
Like, you may feel ready, and you, okay, I'm ready to introduce, like, my kids and stuff, and
Yeah. I remember dating somebody one time for 9 months, and they had never met my children. Ooh. And then, and when I finally was like, all right, and I remember, I started, like, when I would talk about it and stuff, and, we just kind of touched on it, but it got to a point where I was really like, all right, look, like, what I mean? Like, let's take things to this next level. I want you to meet your children, come to dinner. And when they told me that they wasn't ready for that, that was when I stopped.
So you stopped. Exactly.
I stopped seeing them because I thought that it had just gone on. I thought that was too long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was just like, all right.
So they were more comfortable having you all to themselves without the children involved. Yeah. And that happens.
Yeah. It was like, all right, okay. Like, you got comfortable. Yeah. Like you said, with just me. Yeah. But you don't want 100% of me.
Exactly.
Because I come with these
package deal.
3 children.
Package deal. Package deal. Yes.
And so, I was like, oh, okay, I had to realize what was going on.
Yeah. Like, and these are conversations that you really need to have with your partner. Especially before you start dragging the kids into it.
Right. And I thought I was doing the right thing.
You said 9 months is a long time. That's almost a whole year without even meeting your kids. Right. So that lets you know right there, by waiting that time out and having that conversation, that you got an opportunity to see where this person were with the whole thing before just including it, like, immediately or within a few months. Yeah, like, I was like really just like, really trying to take things slow. Right. And, you know what I mean? Because, see, like, just like how serious we were. And, once I finally had got to that point where I was like, all right, thinking that we were, going to turn things into something. And then just realized that we weren't. And it was like, okay. And I cut things off immediately. I just was like, ooh, okay, let me stop. Let you stop. I don't want to give any more time. Right. And they said they recommend that you blend families only once you and your partner have discussed and agreed upon major factors such as, like, finances, religious roles, values, and parenting styles. So have this conversation first. This conversation, especially if you are willing to bring the children involved into your relationship, have this conversation. Are you ready to involve the kids? Where are we going? What is the next step in our relationship? Yeah. Do you think that we can blend and co-parent together? You as a step parent. It said, like, have those conversations. Yeah. Before you actually, like, dive into it. Yeah.
It's like, even like dating as a single parent, you know what I'm saying? It was just, was just strange. And, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, because, you know, you don't want to, you know, it's like, you know, when, you know what I mean, bringing up the children and just all of that, you know what I mean? It got to a point where I was just, it's like, I'd rather it be known right away. And I remember, you know, being on a date with somebody and telling them, like, you know, immediately. And they'd be like, oh, that don't scare me, you know, kind of thing.
Exactly. Because you don't want to, like, drag on, like, it's touchy. Like, you want to, you don't want to bring the kids in right away, but you want to have these conversations like, how would you feel? Like, if these, like, progress between us, like, pick their brain. Start asking questions.
Absolutely. You know? You have to ask questions. If somebody has a problem with that, then that's red flags already.
That's red flags already. That's red, like, okay, well, this is somebody that I cannot pursue anything further with.
Exactly.
Because my kids are a package deal. Right. They are part of me. So if you're not gonna be able to accept my kids, then how are we gonna cohabitate and extend our relationship to something further, right? So they said, yep. For effective parenting, it says take it slow. You just said, take it slow. Take it slow. It says building trust and strong relationships takes time. Let the bonds develop naturally instead of forcing the process. That's kind of what I was saying before. Like I was not trying to like force anything. When I came to the stepchildren, because I'm like, I want it to be organic, that you get to know me. I'm going to be open to receive, you know, that relationship. You know, I'm not going to treat you any different. I need you to feel comfortable with the dynamic and us building on something. Right. You know, so yeah, definitely, I definitely agree with like taking it slow. Yeah. Everybody will take it slow. Yeah, open conversation. Open conversation. Taking it slow. Yep. Like I said, I was taking it slow. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Yep. They said each child adjusts at their own pace. Facts. Yeah. Facts. So be patient and understand their emotions. Yep. Yep. That's what I feel like. Talk to your children. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And really, you know, and you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I think that it's like, it just be hard for them to even understand. One time when, you know, my oldest was like, you know, like she didn't want me to date or see anybody until she was like gone. It was like, yeah. Yeah. And I was like, all right, I don't think that's going to happen. You know, like, child. We have to just talk about it. Yes. Yes. Yeah, a lot of them feel that way though. Yeah, like they don't want you to be with anybody. Be with anybody. She's like, honey, I'm here. Okay. Yo, that's crazy. And I think a lot of times, like even when they come with like older children, like when they used to having their parent all to themselves, it's like I can't see my mom or dad with this new person. Like that's my parent, you know, and they might not be open to it. Like I said, they said just, you know, take it slow, let it go at its own pace, you know. Like I said, for me, things end up coming around, but it was rough in the beginning with the older kids. Oh my God, it was rough. Yeah. Like I used to get like so in my feelings, be like, why they just don't want to talk? Like I was literally in my feelings, like that's wild. But it was like once I stepped back and said, okay, just think about where they are. They are adults. You know, they might not be ready to like embrace you. Yeah. It's part of their life now, you know. So especially like if it was a lot going on with their parent, you know, and it's just a lot of different factors and stuff. Yeah. You know, it's like it's the loyalty thing. Like, you know, I don't want to get to know you or get close to you because I don't want my mom to feel a certain type of way. Listen, when I just backed off, it was like, you know what? You know what? If they want to build a relationship with me, I'm here. Yeah. I'm here. Yeah, and it's like you don't want to, you know, build no negativity or resentment or bitterness and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know, definitely do we want to back off, you know. But it's like just continuing to be yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And be like, you know, things will come around in time. Yeah. Yeah. And they said maintain consistency. Yeah. Parents have to work hard at providing consistency and routines, schedules, and communication so the children's lives don't feel disrupted. Right. Yeah, because they will point it right out to you. They sure will. Yeah, we used to do this all the time. We used to do this all the time. And then such came along. Yep. Then it's like a whole problem situation. Okay? You don't care about me no more. You don't care about me no more. Yep. Everything to change now. Like, we don't do that. That's when you get, like you said, you get the rebellion and then you get the attitude or the resentment and stuff. Yep. Trying to keep that even balance and keep those same routines and schedules and stuff. Yep. Coordinate schedules. Yeah. So they say use calendars, timetables, and group chats to stay organized and communicate effectively about activities, events, schedules, and other important family matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody's on the same page.
Right.
Everybody's on the same page with everything. Yeah, I could see that. Develop mutual interests. Find common interests or activities that everyone enjoys doing together.
Yeah. Maybe having like a family night.
Yes,
like
yeah.
that.
You know me. As soon as I thought about them, thought about doing games or going to the amusement park.
Right.
I'm like, what kids don't like going to the music park? Like I'm a big kid, so I'm like, ooh, let's go to the music park.
Yes, you love it.
Yeah. Be like, yes, let's do that. Like we all can agree on that, right? Yeah. It said create shared traditions. Develop new family traditions that everyone can participate in and enjoy. Right. Yeah. I think that's a good one. That is. You know. Yeah. Everybody have an agreement. I said, well, we'll start this tradition. Let's do that.
Yeah. Way to create some family bonding.
Find family bonding. Yes. I like that one. I like that one. Yes. Like I said, they said this helps create a sense of belonging and togetherness. Yes. Yeah. Love that. Love that. Focus on the positive. Focus on the positive. Celebrate milestones and success as a family. Acknowledge the effort everyone puts into making a family work.
I hear that.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I like that one. I like that one. Respect individual differences. If you're raising the children and stepchildren, it's important to recognize and respect each child's unique personality.
Absolutely, because it's already hard enough doing that as a parent.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So you come in as a step parent, you gotta even pay even more attention. To those things.
Yes, they said they respect their preferences and their boundaries.
Boundaries is a big
one.
You have to be really understanding. And I've seen people come in, like said, with this attitude, like, oh, I'm an adult, I'm your step parent, and just trying to like lay down a law, being like all authoritative and stuff, and it's like, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. Don't come in here trying to crack the whip,
trying to
demand respect and all that. It ain't gonna go well. It's not going to go well at all. Now that's something you want to like tread lightly with. Find your place into it. That's why I said it's very important to have those conversations, like with the partner. Like, okay, this is how we're gonna do things. Like, what is your role gonna be? Like, all these things are very important, especially when you have these kids involved. Coming in there, like you said, trying to change things and demanding things. It's like, that's y'all gonna shut down. Shut down. Be like, how dare you? Like, you ain't my daddy or you ain't my mama. Like, how you come in here trying to tell me what to do? Child, like, how many stories or things have you seen like that? And kids will let you know. They will let you know. They will definitely let you know. Yes, like, don't come in here trying to be all gung ho. Child, they'll shut you down.
You get ignored and shunned.
That part real quick. Yup. They said avoid comparing the children or expecting them to adjust at the same pace.
Absolutely, because I know, like, even like with mine, it seems like when one is okay, the other one ain't, and then it's like they switch. You know what I mean? Then it'd be like the other one be okay, and then the other one, it's like what happened?
What happened? Yeah, child. They said have constructive conversations. Yes. Create a safe and non-judgmental environment where family members feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, their feelings, and concerns without the fear of criticism or rejection.
Yes, you have to
create a safe space.
Yeah, and which be hard because a lot of times, people still, it's like, the truth be hurting.
Yes.
Sometimes, or it's like people don't be wanting to hear it, or the criticism start coming in, and the arguments. And,
Yep.
Child. Yeah, but creating like you said, creating a safe space. Non-judgmental.
Yep. Yeah. They gotta feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and their feelings. Like especially you, the new person coming into the situation. Like, it's very important that you hear the kids out.
Yeah.
You know, see where their thoughts is. Because, you know, you and the partner got together, y'all gelling, y'all meshing, y'all in love, or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
How do the kids feel?
Right.
The kids are being dragged into the situation. They didn't ask to be dragged into the situation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you can't force your love and stuff onto the kids thinking they gonna be in love too.
Yeah.
Because that's not how it happens.
Yeah.
You know, like I can think about as me being a kid, like, because my mom chose this guy don't mean that I like him.
Right. And you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, and then like as the adults in the situation, you're just hoping that the children come around.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like you gotta have conversations.
You gotta have conversations.
Yes.
You know? Yes, that's like so important. Like, how do y'all feel? Like, talk to them, and even like you said, have like the partner and have a family discussion. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, make it clear. Like, I ain't coming here trying to change things. I want to create new traditions and stuff like that. You know, I want y'all to feel comfortable, move at your own pace. I'm not trying to replace your parents, stuff like that. Like, these are conversations that need to happen. Yeah. But do they always happen though? Nope. Do they happen? Absolutely not. I mean, probably out of all of them, it might be a few, but not all of it. No.
Yeah, I've heard, you know, even like, you know, where, you know, somebody's saying like I came here for you, you know what I'm saying? But like not, you know, everything else.
Everything else.
And it just be wow, and it'd be kind of tough to hear.
Yeah. Especially like if you got really connected to this person and you know you really like feeling them and you want something to blossom and grow, and they telling you like, listen, it's not about your kids.
Yeah, they're not trying to be about the rest of your family.
Right. That's wild, but it happens.
All the time.
It definitely happens a lot. It definitely happens. Woo. And they put you in that situation like, okay, do I move further with this person? Right. Knowing that they don't want to be involved, or you know,
they don't want to be a part of my family. They don't want to blend. They don't want to blend the family. They just want to create their own.
Create their own.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So they said how long this blended families actually last. How long do they actually last? What they say studies show that it generally takes from 2 to 5 years for a blended family to transition successfully. 2 to 5 years. Okay. Ooh, I can kind of see that. Yeah. I can kind of see that. Like I said, like I've gone through those rough, tough moments. Yeah. Where like the kids ain't want no parts. And then I guess after that, them years just like, okay, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Right. Okay. Like then it's like fine.
So they don't like it.
They got accepted. Exactly. Yep. Just for us to get to that happy medium. It says statistically, 66% of remarriages, which include children from a previous marriage, will end in divorce. Whoa. 66%. Woo! They say
they get some reasons why.
They said difficulties in integrating.
Yeah.
And the step relationships is the prime factor of it. Sometimes it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Trying to bring that new person in, like,
and then be like, look, it's
not your job fitting. And we tried it. It's just not working.
Glue and tape and stapling.
Try it.
But these pieces is not fitting together.
That sometimes it never ends up working. Yeah. No matter how long or hard you try.
Yeah.
And they said a lot of blended families, when it comes from remarrying and stuff like that, like end up divorcing. Yeah. Because just to try to make that dynamic work and it don't work.
Yeah, because it'd be like relationships with two people be hard.
And that's hard enough. Then trying to bring the kids. Oh my god. Like I could see the woo. That's real talk. That's real talk. Child. Woo, man. Yeah, like we said, when they said when you trying to like do the boundaries with the blended families, like they said discuss the parenting styles, which you were saying about talking about, like talk openly about like the different styles and methods and consequences of it. You know, like for what happens for the misbehavior. You know, like these things will probably could alleviate like the chaos that could potentially lead to like the separations or the divorces. Like if y'all talked about these different methods and
especially and when you get ahead of these things,
right? Like what's the consequences? Like
how do you deal with?
How would you deal with certain things? Like you said, like especially with a guy coming in, like the kids could be used to the mom doing certain things, getting away with certain things, and then the dad can be like, that ain't right. That needs to stop. They trying to lay down the law, whatever, and that causes friction because then the child like ain't feeling you at this point. Yeah. And then even the partner could be like, no, this is not how I discipline my child, or my child don't have these kind of consequences. That could really be
I'm gonna tell you, yeah. So like one thing, so my girls have never had a curfew. Okay. I've never had to give them a curfew. Okay. They are all like they just always like came home early, and you know what I mean, like just because of like just the discussions that we would have. Okay. And so so as they was older, and then being in a relationship with somebody who would ask me or try to say something about that, and you know what I mean, or being like, all right, well, make sure she know her curfew or something, and it'd be like, what I'm saying, and me saying like, all right, like that's not the way I parent, or that's not the way that I deal with mine, or what I'm saying, yes. And so it was like it turned into kind of like a big thing a little bit, what I'm saying, with just what I mean, just somebody questioning my parenting and how but I would be like, all right, like I know them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know them, like, and I've never had to, even when they was in high school, and what I mean, never had to say to them, all right, be home by this time. You know what I mean? It was like, like I was just like, I'm like they would get home before I even need to be like, hey, like they just listen, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like just because the way our relationship was. Right. And even like, then as they got older and started like going out or whatever, like parties and things and stuff, it's like, call me when you're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I would just be there to like pick them up or put them in an Uber. You know what I mean? But it's just, I don't know. They just, really have a lot of freedom. With me, they have a lot of autonomy, and as the just with them becoming who they are, and I didn't have to do like a whole lot of disciplining, being on their back, and on your back. What I mean, like I said, but we would have conversations about growth and development and being, and how you be and stuff like that, and yeah, but so some people kind of look at my parenting style like, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing. They need to have this, what I mean, just like the way that we, set up rules and stuff and everything. Yeah. Because I know I'm very different as a parent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why they say have open discussions with your partner about your parenting styles, your discipline methods, and consequences. Right. Yes. Yeah, because like I said, they might see the way you parent and be like, well, why did she let them get away with this? Yeah. Why this ain't in place? And something like that. Like this is a conversation you need to have. Be like, well, we've had this understanding. Because like the other person be like outside looking in, be like, I would not agree with that. Right. But
I be looking at it like, oh, it's because you know what I mean, because you don't know them.
Because you don't know them. Yes. Yup, but having that conversation could be one thing that could avoid probably a lot of that ends up in them divorces and stuff. They say setting consistent rules, like work together as a parent team to establish clear and consistent rules, like chores and things like that. Yeah. Involve all the family members, even the co-parents. Creating these rules to promote ownership and understanding.
Yeah, and especially with the children, letting them know like that things are going to be changing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Letting them know that some changes are going to be taking place. Yeah, so they can just be like, kind of mentally prepared.
Yup. Yes. They say communicate the expectations. Yeah. Clear communication with the children, step parents, and the co-parents. Discuss reasons behind the rules and the boundaries, and emphasize the importance of mutual respect and cooperation.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's like a lot of communication. But that's the hard part. Like, we get sometimes folks don't feel like talking.
Don't feel like talking about it.
You know what I mean? And it's like that make it hard. Where it's like you don't even want to sit in on the family meetings.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. It's the same thing they say in communication boundaries, like establishing the ground rules, speaking respectfully, don't interrupt, and and use positive language, like even when you have a disagreement, being positive about it. Don't wait till them times where you had these big blow ups, like things are going on and festering, and then all of a sudden you wanna, well, this is that you did, that don't go well.
That's so well. I'm like, that's what I said, man. Like, it's hard enough, just dealing with You know what I'm saying? Just in with person to
person, child.
And then when it's like
kids bringing kids in gets really complicated.
Yeah.
Really complicated.
Yeah.
When you try to blend the families, it gets really complicated.
It's about effective communication.
Yes. Man, child. When I can think about to all the different times of think, girl. Woo. They said let the step parents chime in gradually. Yeah, like don't let them dive right into it. You start like trying to establish this and start let them go gradually.
Yeah.
That's
so
why
they gotta have that understanding.
That's why you have those meetings or talk with your partner. Yeah. Like establish like what the roles are. Bring the family and be like, okay, I know our dynamic might change. These might look different, but that is really important. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like if families did that, it probably would save a lot of like grief, right, and turmoil. Yeah. If you just start off like just like you said, having these family meetings, just having first with your partner to see if are they ready and willing to blend families or come into this situation, and then bring the children into it. Have them sit down with that new person and talk about it. Right.
Let them know what's happening.
What is happening. Yeah. They say when introducing children to a step parent, consider a gradual approach, especially when it comes to like discipline and stuff. Because a step parent might be like, okay, I'm the step parent. Like now, I want to like implement some disciplinary action.
Okay, because like they want respect.
They want respect. And like, and it's like, woo!
They said, no, them older children.
They ain't trying to hear it. Ain't trying to hear it. Be like, no, you ain't coming in here trying to right, trying to tell me what to do. Who you think you talking to? Child, yes. That's why I said gradual approach to it. Don't come there and be like, okay, I'm your daddy now. You want to listen to me, or trying to lay down rules and stuff like that. That does not go well.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it. They said like the biological parent can take the lead on this one. You
gotta let them. You
have to let them. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, respect those they're like parent-child boundaries, you know what I mean? So it's like the step parent, you know what I mean? It's like taking that step back let that parent handle their child.
Yes. Yes. But sometimes the new person come in and that's tough for them to do. Yeah. It's tough for them to do.
Yeah. And sometimes, like the other parent, they want them to step in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah.
But this is when you had those conversations, though.
Exactly.
Talk about it. So what is your role going? This is what your role going to be. Okay. When it comes to like the discipline and stuff like that. Yeah.
Because then it depends on is that child male or female?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. They come in as a male child. You might want somebody that's going to be a little more. You know what I mean? Because the male child might be a certain type of way for his mother because his father ain't been around.
Yes.
So he might need that masculine energy.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, it all depends. Like especially when you have girls, like you really gotta be like just too delicate coming in with girls. Yeah. With girls.
Just let the mom
handle it. Yeah, because I feel like, growing up, like mom probably didn't handle a lot of situations, so she let the stepdad do a lot, of it. And by us having dads that was involved in our life, they weren't like having that
at all, man. Like that. I just,
you're not putting your hand on my daughter, type of thing, So that's very like one of them like sticky gray areas. Yeah, when it comes to like blended families.
When I was younger, thinking about like because when they split up, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If that could have been like part of it, you know what I'm saying? Too, you know what I mean? Like him getting, because I know he was getting threats from my father. I know it.
Child.
You know what I'm saying? I know my dad was already like, one time.
Yeah, one time.
One time to put your hands on the child, and I was right there.
Okay.
And my father used to, and my father told me, you know what I mean, too.
Yeah. Like I know we talked about like the benefits of it, and we talked about like the challenges of it. Like, we know blended families is definitely not easy. Like, I've had my fair share of the goods, the bads, and the uglies. Yes. Of blended families. Yes. Being stepmom, bonus mom. Yeah. You know, and being also being a receiver and of having a step parent and a bonus mom. Like, I think when I got older, when I had a bonus mom, like, it ends up working well. I think it took that adjustment period because, you know, me having my dad to myself for a long time, and it was like, okay, it took me a while to like warm up to the idea of having this new person in our lives. But like you said, it took that adjustment. It had 2 to 5 years. That's real. That's real. I think it took me like a little bit over 2 or 3 years to like really be like, okay, this is who my dad. With a child. She came in with a child. She came in with a child, right? Yeah. So, but it's like, you know, it was just that gradual, like, okay, this is who my dad loves. You know, she's not going anywhere, you know, and it was just like, and she came in with that spirit of, I don't have any daughters, so it was kind of like, okay, embracing us as daughter. Came in like really loving. It's like, okay, like you couldn't like help but love her. But I remember that them moments being tough, like especially always being that one, like being the oldest, like, you know, doing certain things like for my dad, you know, when holidays came along, like being able to surprise my dad, and then it was like, okay, now he got this new partner. It's like, ooh, so what do your dad like? What do you want? And then it's like, you know, I'm gonna get it. I'm like, you know, we surprised my dad with this, but it was just learning to like pull back and let go. I was used to always make big things that could happen. It was like, oh, now he got this woman in his life, and now she's gonna be doing the things that we're used to doing for him as daughters and stuff. Yeah, that was like adjustment to like fall back and be like, okay, let her do it. She's the woman in his life, you know. So I guess it's important that she shows up in ways that he needs her to show up. But yeah, so it was like finding that happy median, you know, be like, okay, all right, so it's like, okay, mom, so what are you going to do? So that way I know that I won't do the same thing. I'll pick something else like that. So it ended up working out because, you know, 30 something plus years later. She's wonderful. Yep. So that was like a happy story of like blended families and having a bonus mom and having a bonus sibling and things like that. But, you know, sometimes it's not always easy. It's not always easy. Right. It really depends on like the dynamic, and it takes a lot of maturity on all levels. You know, it takes a lot of maturity. You know, when you're incorporating like children from different relationships and things like that. Yeah, you gotta get and a lot of patience. A lot of patience. That time, a lot of patience, and understanding. Yes. Yeah. They said like remember to breathe. Yep. Yeah. They said like blended families can be challenging. That we already agree. Yeah. But with love and patience, you and your partner can bring your children together to form a new family. Yeah. As everyone's love stretches to accommodate new family members, a unique and resilient unit emerges. Yeah. Yes. So there's some light. There is some light at the end of the tunnel. It definitely can. It can be very beautiful and rewarding. You know, I feel like, especially like how we said, establishing like the rules and the boundaries like right up front, you know, instead of bringing this person in right away and not having conversations like with the children. Yeah, those conversations are so important. It's like, especially with the young children, like it's different when like children are older. Like they really have to be able to like move at their pace, you know, because now it's like, okay, I've had my dad or my mom to myself all these years, and you're really late coming joining the party, you know. So I really have to learn you and trust you before I can actually like form a relationship or a bond with you. Yeah. You know. Well, it is different. You know, it's like, you know, you said when the difference in the ages of the ages, children. Yes. The ages definitely play a key factor. Yeah. I feel like it's easier when the kids are like really, really, really small. Yeah. You know. Because their understanding is definitely different from kids, like you said, the tweens and the older kids. Like you got 18s and 20s and 21s. Right. That's a whole different dynamic. Yeah. You know, like y'all, they darn near grown. Like they ain't about to be ready to take anything So don't think you gonna come in here with all that. Yeah. They're gonna shut it down. Yeah. Gonna shut it down. That's why I think when we were younger, mommy introduced us, to our stepdads when we were younger. So it was like, okay, we just had to kind of like fall in line. Right. Now whether we agreed with it or not, right. It was like, okay, this is what it is. Yeah. This is what it is. But getting older, yeah. But getting older, it's like what we had put up with a lot of stuff that we put up with as little kids growing up, child at all. Period. Yeah, we done jumped him. We done jumped. We like, you gonna do what? You gonna do what? Child. Yeah, I think that would have changed real quick. Like with a whole different scenario. Okay, whole different scenario. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you'd be surprised though. It's like, like, the way that people respond to different situations. Different situations. Yes. Yeah. So, but when you blend in families, have those talks and conversations. Yeah. Have those talks and those conversations. Keep open lines of communication going. And listen to your children. Listen to your children. Don't try to force situations. Right. Don't try to force situations. Yeah. It might not end too well. Right. Kids are little human beings. They have their own voice, their own opinions about how they feel about stuff. Yeah. They are little people. They are little people. Up and tell you what they think. They do. And be respectful. Be respectful of how they feel it when you start trying to incorporate and blend the families. Right. Because at the end of the day, the children are the most important piece to it. You have your feelings of who you want to be with, who you're in love with, but you bring your own kids into it. Make sure it gels and meshes well, for everybody. Yeah. That's probably the best advice I can give you as being on all different ends of it. On being all different ends of it and stuff. But yeah, that was a good conversation. Like I said, it's really hit home. Right. Really, really hit home. Yes. Yes. Like, and I'm thinking about it with the holidays coming up, sometimes different dynamics don't work too well, especially like, the kids are with one parent and the other parent wants them for the holidays, stuff like that. Like, this stuff, it can get like really, really, really tricky. Yeah. It's really, really tricky. But it definitely takes that maturity, it definitely takes that maturity when it comes to co-parenting and the blending, the families and stuff. Because you want everybody to feel accepted. Right. Everybody should feel welcome. Everybody should feel welcome and accepted in the situation. Yep. That's what it all boils down to. Welcome and acceptance. Yeah. Yep. Ooh, alrighty. So that was our topic today. The effects of blending families. Yes. So, I hope you have learned something and had a takeaway from this, because you may be going through this situation yourself, or you know somebody that's going through the situation, so there's different ways to approach it. Right. There's different ways to deal with it and handle it, Yeah, but it's like, continue to learn and grow and change and communicate. Yes. And keep working on being better every day. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So, but I definitely appreciate everyone who has joined us today. Yeah. For our Sista Talk Sunday. Yeah. You could have been anywhere today on this Sunday, but you are in our lives, and we totally appreciate you. Yes. It is always all love. It's always all love. Yes. We get together on Sundays, 3:00. And I always say, you never know what we're going to talk about. That's right. You don't know what we talk about. Like, sometimes our conversations get real deep. They get real deep, and it always gives me a new perspective, and it's very like thought-provoking in a lot of situations, especially things that I'm totally affected by or very relatable to. Right. I love seeing what the experts have to say about it. Yeah. It definitely helps me a lot to understand things as well. Yeah. But a lot of perspective. Yes. But yeah, we definitely appreciate you and hope that you enjoy us next Sunday at 3:00. And I always say that if you have not done anything for yourself, please do something for you. Yes. Okay. Please. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Yeah. And have an amazing week. Yes, the countdown is on to the holidays, whatever you celebrate. Yes, I hope.
1st.
Yes, I hope that this is a joyful time for you, and that you are excited about it.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, today's the new moon.
Today's the new moon?
Yes. So it's a new moon in Sagittarius.
Okay.
So say some prayers and stuff, what I mean? Set some intentions, for a new month and stuff.
Yes. December 1st. December 1st. Yes. Already.
I'm like, wow, man.
Time waits for no man. No man. Absolutely not. Yes.
Until next time.
Until next time. Take care.
See you.